Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Ottawa Senators Franchise Mode. And I'm sorry this episode is going out late. It's because my dad was home all day, so, well, this episode is probably going to be up at like 7:30 Eastern. You guys might be seeing this. Not 100% sure when, but anyways, in last episode, we started up the Year 3 simulation, and it's been a pretty decent start for some of our youngsters, but our team is not playing good at all in terms of goaltending, at least. As you can see, we are 7-13-5 here at December the 1st, so we still have quite a few months to go, but luckily our top line is producing because that's the line we want to produce. Considering it is our youngest line, we got Colin White on that line with Konac and Brady Tkachuk. They all have 15+ points. And Konac has been off to a pretty damn good start for an 18-year-old, so I'm hoping he continues that throughout the rest of the season. Unfortunately, the case, he is not actually winning currently the Rookie of the Year because, as always, it seems like Adam Bockwist simulates really well. He's got 26 points in his first 24 NHL games. Hopefully Konac could somehow pass him, but I don't think it's going to be possible. So yeah, let's continue our simulation. I'm not going to make a trade just yet, but there is a trade I think I might want to do closer to the deadline if it goes through or not. It's with the Florida Panthers. We'll talk about it when we get there. But anyways, let's continue with the simulation. So yeah, let's go 1 month at a time. Let's go to January the 1st and see how we play. Actually, what the heck, I just by accident clicked December the 1st. I don't want to play this game. So yeah, let's go all the way up to January the 1st, and then we'll see how stuff is going, because we want to have a bad season, because if we could get another top 3 or top 5 pick, that would be great. There is an offensive defenseman that I really like that's going at the draft, and then there's also like the top line center guy. That would be pretty awesome if we could get that as well. So we beat Minnesota in the shootout, and then we lose to the Penguins, and Cernak is back for the AHL. He broke his leg, I think it was like early in the season, down there in the AHL. I think he broke his leg. Where should I even slot him in? We have too much defensive prospects, kind of, because LaJoy might have medium top 4 potential. You know, I'm going to take out Bergman. I could always call up Bergman. Yeah, I'm going to put in Cernak in Bergman's spot instead, just because LaJoy is actually decent. He's a little bit older now because he's taken a while to grow, but hopefully he still makes the club one day. So we beat Chicago and we beat St. Louis, so now we're winning games, it seems like. If we're relying on our top line, that must be the reason why, because our top line is definitely our best line. So Philip Gustafsson is back, but was he even injured? I don't think so. I always have to check just to make sure he's actually in the lineup. And no, he was not injured, so that's good. So we're getting offered a third, or we're getting offered Andrew Shaw a 4th and a 5th for a third. No, thank you. Don't want any part of that contract, even though it's only 2 years. And Gabriel Gagne has been injured in the AHL. Let's go replace player. But we have won 5 of our last 6 games. That's pretty crazy. I guess our top line is playing pretty good. So Zach Smith has sprained his ankle. That's not good. We'll just go replace player. That'll put in Chalapik, because we're playing Chalapik as depth currently at the moment. Brady Tkachuk was still in the lineup, so that's okay. I don't even know if I need to play Gagne, to be honest, because Gagne doesn't have much potential. Where was he playing? Was it where Randall was playing? It might have been. Let's just go where Randall was playing anyways. Oh no, it was where Reinhardt was. Oh well. Let's just put him there. I don't want Andrew Shaw in Montreal. Last 2 games of this month, or 3 games this month, Zach Smith is back. So much injury stuff always happens, it seems like. I might have to turn them down for like next season or something. So Zach Smith, we are playing you on the right side. There you go. And let's continue the simulation. Game against Tampa Bay, and holy crap. Yeah, there's just way too much injuries in this game, it seems like. Still, like, the injury sliders don't work that well. But Konac was never missing any games, so we'll just go like that. Guillaume Brisebois is on waivers. Wasn't I thinking of potentially trading for this guy? 77 overall, 23 years of age. I think I like that. Even though, like, we have a lot of youngsters in the AHL. You know, I'm going to claim him. He could be serviceable depth, and he's only 23. Why not? So we beat Montreal, and the last game of the month we lose in a shootout. So we are 14-19-6 here at January the 1st. Let's just take a quick look at the standings and all that stuff. We're still in the same spot. Detroit's below us, but we are falling quite far out of the playoff race. And the top line looks like it's still producing. As you can see, Colin White's got 33 points in 39 games. Okay, let's continue simulating. Actually, let's save first though, just in case, because I never know what's going to happen, like if the game's going to crash with the new update or whatnot. Speaking of that new update, I really like it because I've made some pretty sick jerseys for my 1998-99 stuff. So I'll be posting a video probably on that eventually, like sometime in the next couple weeks maybe, because I am getting close to completing all the rosters. Let's go another month. See how we play in the month of January. Holy crap. Paul Bull's been injured. We'll go replace a player. Yeah, these injuries are kind of annoying. It was the same like that though with like NHL 18 and 17. Like just it seems like the injury slider is broken or something. Because if you have it at 50, there's like an injury every game. If you have it at 8, there's still like injuries even like this often. Mike Riley, definitely do not need that guy. So I guess Guillaume Brisebois is currently scratched in the minors, but at least he's still down there. Maybe he gets some growth in the offseason if we re-sign him, because I do think it wouldn't be that bad of a player to bring in to the actual lineup. Because I don't know if Bergman's going to be actually one of the guys we keep around. So is it Paul Bull is back? It was where Reinhardt was, I think. So there you go, Bull. There you go. So we beat Tampa Bay somehow. Game against the Buffalo Sabres. Oh my goodness, there's way too much injuries. I'm getting kind of pissed off with these injuries, because it's making shitty content when there's this much injuries. So yeah, we're not playing the greatest still, which is good, but our top line is producing, I think, still. So as long as that keeps on happening for like the next couple of seasons, then I'm fine with that. So Joachim Ryan is back in the lineup, so I guess probably Ben Harper was in that spot. Oh yeah, Fantenberg, I think. Yeah, Fantenberg, pretty sure. Yeah, it was Fantenberg. So there you go. Last 2 games of the month against Winnipeg and San Jose. Can we beat any of them? No, I do not want Zach Cassian. You guys offered me that in like last episode as well. And Tyler Wotherspoon has been injured with an MCL sprain. God damn it. These damn injuries. And sorry if I sound a little stuffy. It's because I'm still a bit sick. I've been sick for like the last week. Okay, so let's take an updated look at the player stats, and then we're going to sim the rest of the season. Or we might make our trade, or try to make the trade. And then we'll sim the rest of the season. So let's take a look at the player stats. So yeah, the top line's still playing pretty damn good. Plekhanov's got 33 points in 50 games, 18 goals, 15 assists. Tkachuk's got 37 points in 46 games, 10 goals, 27 assists. And White's got 12 goals, 26 assists for 38 points in 50 games. But and the second line's playing pretty decent as well. Third line looks like it's producing actually. It's just the fourth line that's not producing that much. And the defenseman. In terms of goaltending, okay, Kincaid picked it up a bit. And then also Line's still playing pretty decent for his overall. Okay, so let's see if we can make that trade that I wanted to do with Florida, and then we will sim the rest if we can. If we can't, I don't know, because I don't know if it would go through. It looked like it was pretty close to going through when I was like doing some test stuff with it, looking at what was on the block and whatnot. So as I was said, we were going to give up. Well, I actually didn't tell you guys. I was going to try and trade Zach Smith and Ryan DeZingle, and I'm going to go to the Florida Panthers, because Florida's currently listed as a champion, so they actually want some guys like this. And we're going to try and take back Henrik Borgstrom, who I don't know if we're going to be able to take back because of how good and young he is. And they also had, maybe the potentials and stuff changed since I looked at this. Who was it? Oh, Bukestad's trade value went way up. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen with the Bukestad thing. Because I had it originally like this, I think it was. but it was nowhere, like it was a lot closer, but now it's not. Maybe I could still try and pick up Borgstrom though. Dzingel and Borgstrom, maybe Dzingel, and what could I give up that's not interfering with like cap and whatnot? Draft picks. I could always give up a 4th and a 7th. So Dzingel 4th and a 7th for Borgstrom, would that work? Rejected. How about if I gave up a 4th and a 6th? Because Borgstrom's younger, I would rather go younger. Still rejected. Let's try a 4th and a 5th. They might want that 3rd. 4th and a 5th for Borgstrom as well. Still rejected. Yeah, this might be a lot harder than I thought. A 3rd. Even though I don't really want to give up the 3rd, we got a 1st already anyways. So, see, nope, still rejected. How about if we gave up this year's 3rd and next year's 3rd? Because I think we're going to be a bit better next year. I could be wrong with that though. It depends on how players grow and whatnot. So let's see if that goes through. And it still isn't sufficient. Okay, I guess we're not going to make a trade then, because I don't want to eat up too much time in this episode trying to figure out a trade. So let's just sim the rest of the season, because why not? We're going to let people like Zach Smith go in the offseason, and then I would like to try and trade away Bobby Ryan maybe during this offseason, like so in the next episode, just because his cap is still there for like 1 more year. So let's go all the way up to the trade deadline, see if we get offered anything interesting. We beat the Blackhawks 4-2. Even though in real life the Sens lost yesterday to the Blackhawks. There's a loss to Carolina. Game against Columbus, and Peyton Osgood has been injured. Yeah, there's just way too many injuries happening. CC's been injured. We'll go replace player again. I don't even know why there's so much injuries, because I think I have it set to like 8 out of 100. Chris Weidman for a 5th. I actually like that offer. Because we do we have a depth defenseman? Yeah, we had Fantenberg. A 5th round pick for Chris Weidman. That's not bad. It's better than nothing. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Why not? Take a 5th round pick from Vancouver. And then we could put in Fantenberg. Or we're going to have to actually call somebody up. So we're going to call up Bergman, because I scratched Bergman anyways down there. So, actually. Brisebois. We go through waivers. Bergman as well. I would rather send down Bergman and put him through waivers, because I think he's the oldest out of the 3 of them. Let me just check. Bergman is 25, Cernak is 23, and Brisebois is 23. So yeah, I'm going to call up Bergman. Just because if I have to send him down, I would put him back. I would send him down through waivers instead. Just because I wouldn't mind him getting claimed, but the others are too young, in my opinion. So we're going to put Bergman in the lineup on the top 6 pairing. So there you go. I think that was a pretty decent deal, because Chris Weidman is not going to be a part of our future that much longer anyways, because he would have been just released in the offseason. And maybe Bergman could bring some good youth to this club on the defensive pairings. So Wisniewski is back, but was he even injured either? I don't even know. No, he was not, but he is up to a 70 overall, so that defensive prospect is growing pretty good. He's a low elite too, so hopefully he becomes a really good low elite. So Osgood is back. He was definitely one of those guys that actually got injured right in the spot where Max Reinhardt is again. So there you go, Osgood. Hopefully he gets some good growth in the offseason. We're getting offered a 3rd, or we're giving a 3rd and a 5th. No, thank you. I don't need Scott Wilson. And I don't need more 4ths and 5ths. I would rather keep my 3rd over like 2 5ths or whatever it was. Game against the Devils. Fantenberg has been injured. Come on, guys. Stop getting injured. I might have to fill with the injury slider, because it's been like way too bad in this episode. Like, it's an injury-riddled season, but we're still winning some games. Like, there's another injury. That's 3 injuries in a couple days. And CC is back. So that's good. That means Fantenberg, or Ben Harper actually, because I think that's where Fantenberg was playing. No, CC was in the lineup, was he? Yeah, he is in the lineup. What the hell is he doing down there? That's weird. Okay. game against Vancouver, and we win in the shootout. We're getting offered a second for a third in Vandenberg, but it's a second for next year. I don't know if I want to give him my third for this year because we're a bad team right now. I'm gonna decline it just because I don't think I don't know if we're gonna be the Leafs are probably gonna be a really good team next year. So and sorry about that, guys. And Philip Gustafsson has been injured with an MCL sprain until April the 28th. Damn, that sucks. So we have lost our starting goaltender in the AHL, which means it relies on Fowler and whoever the computer gets us for that other goalie spot. So at the deadline, we are 24, 29, and 10. So we are turning it around, it looks like a bit, but I don't know how we are, if it's just that top line or what. So we're still way out of a playoff spot, but we are at 58 points. Looks like Detroit is going to be probably finishing at the bottom of our division. So let's just continue the simulation because there's one more huge month, and then there's a little bit less than the season, and then we're gonna try and I'm gonna get to the draft lottery results and all that stuff as well, but that's gonna be I'm gonna do a quick cut in the video just so you guys don't have to sit around for an extra 5 minutes or whatever. So Wotherspoon is back for the defensive core. Who do we want to scratch in that case? Ben Harper. Yeah, Ben Harper, you could get scratched. There you go, Wotherspoon. And that's good. Gagne, you know what, I'm just going to leave Gagne. He gets injured too much anyways. Batherson, I don't know if he was, did he miss any time? I don't even know. Yeah, I think he did. I think Batherson was playing more, yeah, maybe down here. I don't know if he was. Maybe it was the top line. No, it was the top line. There you go, let's go like that. Game against the Devils is another loss, and then we beat the Leafs somehow in a shootout. Okay. So we are 25 or 26 now. Okay, we're still simulating, I guess. We're still winning games and getting shootout losses. Logan Brown is back, but again, it was a day-to-day injury. Yep, day-to-day injury. But yeah, we're definitely playing a lot better, which is not good for our draft position, but at least it's looking like we might have a bright future with that top line, because I think they're pretty much carrying the flow here this season. Okay, we're almost done this month of March. We're winning a lot of games though, which is kind of a bit iffy in terms of drafting, but hopefully we could still get a top 10 pick. If we could get that that defenseman that I said that was going to go 7th overall, who's an offensive defenseman, I would like that, because he does look like he's producing pretty good. So Brady Tkachuk has been injured, going to go replace player, even though that's going to put Schlappick on the top line. That kind of sucks though. But we're still getting points here in late stages of the season. Now we're 34, 33, and 11. Damn. Calfoot has been injured till the 25th. Go replace player. Last little bit of the season. We only got 3 games left. There's another win. How are we getting so much points lately? I guess Kincaid's just turning it on. Let's go continue with that stuff. Last 2 games against the Flyers and the Rangers. Let's put Tkachuk back in the lineup though, because I'm not getting him pissed off. Pakanov is up to an 84 now, and Tkachuk is an 85. So yeah, that's definitely that top line. I think that's producing well. We win against the Flyers, and we lose to the Rangers. So we finished the season 36, 34, and 12. That's pretty nice. Let's take a look at our player stats. So we actually finished just outside of the playoffs by just under 10 points somehow. I'm okay with that, because at least it's showing that we could contend. We started off on the wrong foot. So let's take a look at our player stats for the season. And then I will also show the standings, and then we're going to advance to see who won the Stanley Cup and all that stuff. So player stats for this season, who led us other than Colin White. So Colin White 65 points, Brady Tkachuk 59 points, Pakanov 55 points in his rookie season, 26 goals, 29 assists, and they are all plus players, which is great. Gord 48 points, Smith 41 points on that third line, Bobby Ryan 40 points, Dzingel 37, Chabot 37, Logan Brown and Justin Schultz 35 points. Martin Nuke 30 points. That's kind of weird. And then Colton Sissons 22 points. Ellie 21. Aston Reese 21. CC 20 points. Joachim Ryan 12 points. Wotherspoon 10 points. Chlapik 7 points as a depth forward. Fantenberg 6 points as a depth defenseman. Bergman 2 points. And Harper 1 point. Goaltending wise, Kincaid went 23, 29, and 12 with 4 shutouts, a 909 save percentage, and a 2.91 goals against average. And Lyon played pretty damn 13, 6, and 1, a 929 save percentage, and 2.3 goals against average. Okay, so you know what? I'm not going to actually check the standing stuff just yet. I'll probably check that later or something. Let's advance all the way to the Stanley Cup winner and see who wins the cup this year. Okay guys, so the Stanley Cup champions for year number 3 are the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Hartford Wolfpack have won the AHL. So let's take a look at the awards for the season, and then we'll get into the retirements and all that stuff, and then that'll be pretty much it for this episode. So let's see who won awards. So the Carolina Hurricanes are the Stanley Cup champions. The Dallas Stars won the President's Trophy, and it was Dallas and Carolina in the Stanley Cup Finals. Player awards, Evgeny Kuznetsov gets the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris goes to OEL for the 2nd straight season. Lady Byng going to Kuznetsov. Adam Bockwist gets the Calder, so it sucks that Plekhanov couldn't get it done. The Conn Smythe goes to Mike Smith. Interesting. Okay. Ben Bishop gets the Vezina and the Jennings. The Bill Masterton goes to Anton Strawman. Crosby gets the Selke. Kuznetsov gets the Lindsay. And the Maurice Richard goes to Connor McDavid. Any player awards for us in the AHL? Any youngsters? I don't think so, probably, but see, doesn't look like it. Nope. Okay, so that is the awards for this season. I'll also quickly show you guys the standing stuff since we didn't actually do that. So how did we even finish in terms of stuff this season? So in terms of goals for, we were, where were we? Okay, we must have been around the mill. Yeah, we're around the mill in terms of goals for, 2.65 goals for per game. In terms of goals against per game, we were one of the worst. It looks like just under the top 10. Yeah, 2.84 goals against per game. In terms of power play percentage, we weren't the greatest either, kind of near the middle at, where are we? At 17.9%, and our penalty kill was 79.5%, which was one of the worst as well, kind of in the same spot as most of our other stuff. And we had 3 shorthanded goals. We were 16, 19, and 6 on home ice, but we were 20, 15, and 6 on the road. And somehow we were 7-2 and 1 in our last 10. Okay, so now that that's done, let's just advance to the retirements and then see where we are drafting this year. And then I'll show you guys like the draft class, and I think that'll be it. So let's see if we had any retirements this year. I wouldn't assume so because I don't think we have anybody super old really on the team, but you never know. So we are drafting, where are we? 12th overall. So it's not the greatest position to be in, but at least we could still probably get a good draft pick at that spot. Unless we want to try and move up, because we could always do like Bobby Ryan and that first for like a higher up first. So let's show you guys quickly the draft class, considering it just popped up. So at 12th overall, what could we get? Poye, no thank you. There's also Tkachuk. We could get the medium elite defenseman Tkachuk to play with his brother, even though this guy's not a real Tkachuk. Ristolainen, he looks pretty decent as well, but Tkachuk might be medium elite. DeRocher, right wing sniper. We already have a good right winger though. High top 6 forward center. This guy might be interesting actually. Getting a high top 6 in Ezra Mitchell. Huh. I don't know what we could go after though. But if you guys see anything that goes around 12th overall, let me know. Or we could try and trade up and try and go after this guy, Pierre Talbot. I wouldn't mind trading like our first and something else to move up to the 7th spot, try and get Pierre Talbot, because this guy looks like a really insane offensive defenseman. So let me know what you guys think with that. And then in terms of retirements, who retired this year? So the best player in the league was Marian Gaborik, who retired, and then Vanek Camilleri. So a lot of guys that were playing in the earlier part of the 2000s. Goaltending wise, Justin Peters was the best goalie, so pretty weak retirement class looks like. Let's just check if any of them were ours. I don't think so, but you never know. And no, there was not. Yeah, no, there was not. Okay. So that is that. Josh Georges is now a scout apparently for the Anaheim Ducks. And I think that's pretty much it. We could look at progress reports quickly, and then that'll be it for this episode. So, progress reports. Let's see who drew. Chabot apparently didn't grow at all. Either did Citizens and White. Okay. In the system, Hargrave grew a lot, but it doesn't really matter. And holy crap, Tommy Rask got some really good growth. Our guy from our first year draft, he jumped up to a 77 overall, so he's going to be making the NHL next year. So we have to think about who we have to move out with, that sort of thing. How much points did he have this year? 13 points. Well, that's good that he grew. Vishnevsky grew to a 76 as well, so we're getting some really good young defensemen, it seems like, already. Who else? We got Paul Bowles up to a 60. Osgood is a 67 now. It's going to take him a bit longer. Kaliev is a 71 from the first year draft, so it's going to take him a bit longer. Cal Foote is a 77 as well, so we're going to have a lot of youngsters, it's looking like, in the NHL next year. And then in terms of our goalie prospect, Fowler, he's up to a 60 overall, so it's taking him a bit of time as well, but that's okay. How did he play this year? One shutout, an 896 save percentage, and he went 12, 14, and 4. Okay. So anyways, guys, that is going to do that for this episode of our Sens franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the draft and probably the re-sign stage and see if we can make up any moves to try and get our team ready for next year. Because I think we could be a pretty good young team next year, depending on how these guys simulate. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.